welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are doing part 3 of my rereading Harry Potter series, and that is for book number 5, Order of the Phoenix. I am both excited, scared, intimidated, and fully prepared to be just completely crushed by the end of this book. So I'm going to go ahead and put the disclaimer here. This series and this video is not going to be spoiler free. So for those of you who haven't been introduced to the world of Harry Potter, whether it's by the books or by the movies, and you don't want anything to be spoiled, maybe dive into that first and then check out this series. But if you haven't seen the movies or read the books and you don't care about things being spoiled, then welcome. Hope you enjoy. This is the aftermath of what happens with the Goblet of Fire. From what I remember, this focuses a lot on politics and personal growth. So that is what Order of the Phoenix revolves around, at least starting off. And that's just going based off my memory from the movies. I truly don't remember any of the extra things that happen in Order of the Phoenix. And I know that it's gonna be pretty different than the movie. I mean, it basically has to be because this book is 800 pages and there's no way that they fit everything in this book into the movie. And I'm pretty sure the movie is the shortest one in the franchise. And this is the thickest book in the entire series. I feel like there's gonna be some disappointment there with this, but I'm gonna go in with a more open mind and be prepared for it and just try and go in with enjoying the book. Kind of on the same topic as well, since this book is so thick, a lot of it's probably gonna be read on my Kindle or listening to the audiobook, which is how I'm gonna kick off my reading of this video. So today I'm working from home and I already got the audiobook on Hoopla, so I think I'm just gonna start with listening, reading, audio booking, whatever. I'm gonna get a little bit of work done. I'm gonna listen to the first part of Order of the Phoenix in my ears. So with all that being said, let's get into part 3 of rereading Harry Potter. I am on chapter 3, which is page 39 in this edition. And something I'm already noticing specifically with how Harry is acting is he is a lot more angry and aggressive than in previous books. So that's going on. Harry's he's all in his feels right now. He went through a lot a few months ago and he just needs a break and he's just not getting one. And then the Dementors decided to show up. It kind of warmed my heart a little bit just because when Harry was trying to get the Patronus to happen and he was like, I can't think of anything happy enough. I can't do it. I'm never going to see Ron and Hermione again. He thinks of Ron and Hermione's faces and that's what powers him up enough to do the Patronus to get the Dementors to go away and to save him and Dudley. But now we have received many owls notifying us of you're not supposed to do magic outside of school. You're expelled. We let blowing up your aunt. We let that go. But this, you protecting yourself against deadly Dementors, can't have it. So you're gonna have a disciplinary hearing and then another owl comes in and it's just like, actually no, Dumbledore said no, so you're actually just gonna be suspended and we're gonna do a disciplinary hearing where it's going to decide your fate and your future. And then we get letters from Sirius and Arthur Weasley and I don't know what was the last one from? The last one was a howler. Hold on. Okay. I just had to do a little refresh because in case any of y'all are new, or if you're not new and you haven't picked up on it, my memory, she ain't good. So we've gotten letters from the Ministry of Magic twice. We've heard from Arthur, we've heard from Sirius, and then Aunt Petunia gets a howler. It gives her some sort of message. We don't fully know what it is yet. And so now Harry has been sent up to his room where he's making a noise and pretending that he doesn't exist and being like, what is going on? What's everyone talking about? We're gonna find out. At least I would really hope so in 800 pages. So, gonna listen to some more of the audiobook and it's gonna be fun. And I'm especially excited for tomorrow and Friday because today's Wednesday. But it's supposed to be raining those next couple of days. The weather is gonna be so gloomy and fall and I'm so excited. because where I live, it has been in like the high 80s almost every day. In the mornings now, we're at the point where it's like 60 or something, and so it's fall for like an hour. Tomorrow is going to be the vibes, and I'm so excited. I want to keep reading this. I've got a lot to go. So I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep reading in my ears, and I'll update you later.
Y'all, Creature is really saying exactly what he feels like to their face. He's just drudging through this house, the Black House, and just talking mad shit about everyone. And just like under his breath, what does he say? The house elf froze in his tracks, stopped muttering, and then gave a very pronounced and very unconvincing start of surprise. Creature did not see young master, he said, turning around and bowing to Fred. Still facing the carpet, he added perfectly audibly, nasty little brat of a blood traitor it is. And then George pipes in, he's just like, what? And Creature's just like, didn't say anything. And it's like, that's its twin. It's definitely not that funny, but like it is. Creature, you are cracking me up, but don't talk about Fred and George like that. They are my babies. I love them. He's just like gossiping with himself. Like this house elf has been in this house by himself for so long that I'm sure he just doesn't think about it, which like I get it. I talk to myself all the time. That scene definitely shouldn't have made me laugh as much as it did, but it's just visualizing this shit talking house elf. Like I get it. When I'm having a bad day, like I look and sound just like this, so I get it. Creature, you're relatable. Sirius has had enough of Creature. Now Creature's talking crap about Sirius to his face. Be like, I hear he's a murderer now. And Sirius goes, keep on talking and I will be one. I'm already having such a good time with this book. It's so good. I'll talk more about it later. I don't know why I'm sitting like this. Okay. Because I am on chapter 13, page 232. There's a lot going on to the point where I literally wrote down notes so that I didn't miss anything that I thought while I was reading. Okay, I'm just gonna have them to the side, but right now I'm just gonna yap. So something that I'm really enjoying doing while I am reading Order of the Phoenix is listening to the audio. Ice Maker, that was rude. I'm really enjoying listening to the audiobook while I am physically reading the book. Not like the book, but like on my Kindle. I don't know, I feel like it's just helping me to focus more and get me fully immersed into the story and just, you know, that was a really great description, Lauren. But I'm just really enjoying doing that because the narrator for these books, I said it in every video, he does a phenomenal job. So I'm really enjoying doing the audiobook at the same time as reading combo. Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna go down this list of notes at this point because it gives a good idea of what my brain was thinking. So the first thing that I wrote was Sirius talking about his past with his family is so aligned with Harry. Both of them felt out of place in the homes they were raised in. They were both desperate to get out. They are two peas in a pod. So while Harry is staying at Sirius's house for the Order of the Phoenix, they're looking at this tapestry with all of the Black family tree, and Sirius is like, if you couldn't tell, this is what my family stood for. I did not agree with it. I couldn't get it out fast enough. And I went and stayed with your father and his parents, so your grandparents. And they accepted me like a son. That's how I was able to run away when I was, I think you said 16 or 17. And that, I'm sure, it didn't really say it much in the book, but I'm sure it struck a chord with Harry because he's been wanting to get away from the Dursleys for so long. And so I'm sure that that was a moment where he was like, this is my godfather and he gets me, he understands me. Love that. The next thing that I wrote, and this is a spoiler for future books, but you already got a spoiler warning anyways. Horcrux Harry is in full swing. Personality traits of Voldemort is being shown through Harry so much more than what I remember. Harry is a little angry, a little aggressive. I think I've already mentioned that in this video so far. And I believe that is due to him being a Horcrux, and now that Voldemort is officially back in full swing, the Horcruxes are now fully powered up, I guess. And so Harry is a lot more aggressive, even his inner monologue of thinking that he deserves the prefect spot over Ron, which by the way, Hermione and Ron are now prefects this year. Love that for them. But Harry's thinking to himself that he deserves that prefect spot because of the Triwizard Tournament, because he has been through so much, he's so great at Quidditch, all these things that are typically not within Harry's character to believe. So, Horcrux Harry needs to take a chill pill. Next thing I write is first sign of Umbridge. Yuck. Enough said. The politics in this book are so strong, very much their ministry/government being in denial of anything being wrong. True. When Harry goes to his hearing to decide whether or not he's going to be expelled or not, or if his wand's going to be taken away, everyone is to the point of denial that Voldemort is back, and that a lot of the things that are happening are because he's back. And the primary reason why Harry used magic was to defend himself against the Dementors that were sent, most likely, by Voldemort. Fudge is just sitting there like, he's not back. That is not correct. So this next point, I've already talked about it in another video about the Thestrals and Harry being able to see them starting in the 5th book. But technically, Harry saw Voldemort kill his parents when he was a baby. For the Thestrals to be able to see them, do you just have to be able to remember the death that you witnessed to be able to see them and have it clear in your mind? Or is it just anyone that's seen death, point blank period? It's a question. Does anyone have an answer? Let me know. Because obviously the 4th book has Cedric passing away right in front of Harry, or Cedric being killed right in front of Harry, but he's seen death before. I don't know. Then we get into Umbridge. Dolores Umbridge is probably the most hated character outside of Voldemort and his followers in the entire series, and understandably so. She tortures students when they disagree with her or the ministry, and it makes my blood boil. I know what's coming, and I am on a chapter that's literally called Detention with Dolores. That is the next chapter that I'm about to have to read, and I know it is just going to piss me off. I cannot stand this woman. I cannot stand this woman. She's just so irritating. That's just kind of where we're at right now. Harry is about to go into detention with Umbridge, and I'm not excited for that part. I'm not excited for that part at all. But right now it's almost 8 a.m. and I'm about to have to get ready to go to work. But I just wanted to give a little bit of an update on where I'm at, what I'm feeling, all the notes and thoughts that I've had, because the last time I updated was like about 200 pages ago. So obviously a lot has happened, but we have a lot more to go. This is how far we're in. It's a thick book, y'all. 232 pages out of 800. We've got a lot to read, so let's get back into it. Okay, so right now we're in the room of requirement and Dumbledore's army is in full swing right now. And I just need to say this one little this one little bit. So they've officially named Harry as the leader of Dumbledore's army. And Harry's like, okay, I think that we should start off with Expelliarmus. It's a good one to just have on hand. And Zacharias Smith goes, oh, please. I don't think Expelliarmus is exactly going to help us against you-know-who, do you? And Harry just goes, I've used it against him. It saved my life last year. Don't question the boy who lives, Zacharias. If he says you're learning Expelliarmus, you're learning Expelliarmus. Anyways, that's my only update for right now. I'll do a more in-depth thing in a little bit. I don't want to talk about Umbridge right now. I just want to enjoy this. Okay. I know I literally just said in my last little talking clip that I didn't want to talk about Umbridge because it was going to make me upset. Well, she just struck again and I'm annoyed. But before I get into that, I'm just going to give you a little update on where I'm at in the book. So I am on chapter 20, page 389, and it's called Hagrid's Tale. So we're finally going to get Hagrid back at Hogwarts. So I need that. But I'm going to do the same thing that I did in my last big update where I have my notes of thoughts since I last updated, just because this book is so thick and I'm only 50% through right now. So the first thing I wrote was Fred and George testing their products on students is so funny to me. These little businessmen. We know that they're going to open a joke shop. It's going to be a highlight of the next book. And they're using the winnings that Harry gave them from the Goblet of Fire from the Triwizard Tournament to get their business going. And they were testing the products out on themselves, but their excuse is we want to test it on everyone just to make sure that all the products work the same on every person, just so there's no weirdness. And all of the students are volunteering, they're getting paid, they're making smart moves, but Hermione is not happy about it, but they don't really care. So I love that for them. But they did care just a little bit. At one point, I have another note here that says, Hermione is such an iconic prefect, threatening to write Mrs. Weasley about the twins testing on students. She was like, I will write your mother. And they go, you wouldn't. She's such a little sister to them, and it's incredible. So I thought that was hilarious. And now we're getting into talk about Umbridge. So the last time I updated, we were about to go into our first detention with Umbridge, and my note that basically sums everything up is Umbridge is pure evil, just enough for the message to sink in. Give me 5 minutes alone with her, I swear, literally torturing Harry. He's going through enough already. Enough said. Umbridge is the only human on not Voldemort's side, but like by ignoring Dumbledore, she's inherently fighting for Voldemort. So, but the person that is not declared working for Voldemort, most evil. I can't stand her. I can't stand her. I can't. Her name is mentioned and my blood boils. And where we're at right now, Dumbledore's army is really just now getting formed and they're just now starting to work on everything. They're having their weekly meetings and learning Defense Against the Dark Arts basically because Umbridge isn't doing anything. And that's what's going on. Dobby came in clutch with the room of requirement. Told Harry about it and was like, Harry, there's this room. You might want to go check out the 7th floor. And so Dumbledore's army is in full swing and we got Quidditch back, but not for long because of freaking Umbridge. This just happened and this is why I was annoyed. Gryffindor and Slytherin go against each other in the Quidditch match. Ron is now keeper on the Gryffindor Quidditch team. And Slytherin is singing this song that's saying that Ron's gonna win the game for them because he's so bad at being keeper. Just like very Slytherin things, right? Harry catches the snitch and wins the game because he's Harry. And after the game, Draco's talking smack and talks bad about Mr. and Mrs. Weasley and their upbringing, as well as Harry's mom. So George and Harry go after Malfoy. McGonagall was just gonna give them some detention, but then Umbridge comes in, she's like, I think that they should be banned from playing Quidditch because I am High Inquisitor or whatever it is. I am High Inquisitor and I have the final say. So she got Harry and George banned from Quidditch. I'm so ready for what happens to her to happen to her. And the other thing is Sirius wanting to help with everything. He just wants to be involved. He's going a little stir crazy just being cooped up in his house because everyone's saying, Sirius, don't go anywhere because you're going to get caught. The ministry is watching for you because they're going to try and blame everything that's happening on you. Every time Harry sends a letter or anything like that, he just codes it so that it doesn't seem like he's writing to Sirius and he's meeting with him. Turns out that Umbridge is intercepting his letters, may or may not have attacked and injured Hedwig. Don't mess with Hedwig. My car is named after Hedwig. Don't mess with Hedwig. And so now Harry is like, Sirius, we need to stop. We need to limit this because Umbridge is starting to get weird and we don't want you to be in danger. Everyone keeps telling Sirius to chill and step back, but he just wants to help. He wants to help and he wants an adventure because that's just his personality. So I feel bad that he's just kind of sitting there. And I know what's coming and I want more of Sirius, but like I'm kind of in the same boat as like, Sirius, you haven't been proved innocent. You are going to be the scapegoat if you are found or caught. But anyways, those are my thoughts right now. I'm about 50% through the book. I hope that I'm gonna be able to finish it today. I didn't get to listen to much of the audiobook yesterday while at work because your girl may or may not have had a slight panic attack. But I'm fine now. So I'm hoping that today, since it's Friday, people are going to be chill and I'm going to be able to listen to my audiobook while I am doing some work. So hopefully I'll be able to get a good bit of the way through and then I will just sit and chill and read into the beginning of the weekend the rest of this book. But we'll just see. But I'm going to get into the rest of my day and I'll see you when I see ya. Just got put in her place. So Umbridge was just trying to kick out Professor Trelawney just because she didn't find her up to snuff for being a Hogwarts professor. Dumbledore comes out here and be like, you may say that you are this high inquisitor, whatever, but I am the headmaster and you cannot dismiss my professors. It's about time we get some Dumbledore in here. Like, I know he's trying to distance himself from Harry and everything that's going on, but sir, you've got stuff to do. You need to do something about Umbridge. Like, I'm getting real sick and tired of seeing her. Ginny's involved a lot more. She has taken the place of Seeker since Harry has a lifetime ban, and Ginny was like, no, you're only banned when Umbridge is here. She's like, I'm gonna go out for Chaser next season because Katie and Angelina, they aren't gonna be here next year, and I'd rather score goals rather than seek, and you're gonna be back. That's our girl Ginny. And all her brothers are just like, how did she get so good? Hermione spills the beans that Ginny, ever since she was little, was sneaking into their broom shed and practicing without the boys knowing. And they were like, we're so proud of our sister. She was like, they're not gonna teach me, I'll teach myself. Iconic. You know what else is iconic? Hermione blackmailing Rita Skeeter to write a truthful article about Harry and publishing it in the Quibbler. Because we find out in Goblet of Fire that she is an unregistered animagus and she was disguising herself as a beetle, I think, and going around and finding out all of these undercover secrets and publishing them. She was spying on them. And Hermione found out about it and has not revealed to anyone that Rita is an unregistered animagus, which I'm pretty sure is against the law. And so now she's using it to her advantage, like, you're gonna write this about my best friend and you're going to publish it here and you're not gonna get paid for it. We love Hermione. We love Hermione here. Oh, we had a bunch of people escape from Azkaban, one of them being Bellatrix Lestrange, Sirius's crazy cousin. So that's what's going on in like the political side. Fudge, nowhere to be found. Umbridge, still a tyrant, still annoying, still want to drop kick her in the throat. But we've got so much left to go. And my last update I gave yesterday, and I said, it's going to be my goal to finish today, and I'm going to sit and watch Harry Potter, blah, 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 blah. No. My work week, every single day this week, I came home with a migraine from stress. Yesterday was no different. I couldn't really look at my Kindle or a book or even focus. Like, I just lay down in a pitch black room and just try to get the pain to go away. So I didn't get a chance to read more than whatever I listened to while I was at work. And I think I maybe listened to one chapter. So I've just been reading today. I'm not going to jinx it by setting a goal. Because I feel like whenever I set a goal, like, I'm going to do this, I almost never do it. I feel like that's the opposite for most people. But for me, I like jinx myself or something. I don't know. I'm going to keep reading and listening. We'll just see how the rest of the day goes. But I just wanted to give a little bit of an update on where we're at. So, all right, let's jump back in. Umbridge is gone. Thank God. She just got carted off by the centaurs. Bless Hermione and her brain thinking of these things. And then Grawp coming in to save the day when they turned on Harry and Hermione. Bless him and his sweetheart coming in being like, Hagrid, Hermie, where's Hagrid? He was talking to Hermione and asking where Hagrid was, in case you don't speak Grawp. Fred and George, they're out. They're like, we are going to be entrepreneurs. Our joke shop, we already have property. Y'all come see us. Hogwarts students get a discount. Love y'all. See you later. Actually, won't see you later unless you come to our store. So we are done with taking the owls. Not gonna lie, it gave me a little bit of PTSD from taking standardized tests in like high school. Not a good time for me. And Harry saw the vision of Voldemort torturing Sirius. I am on chapter 34, and it's called The Department of Mysteries, page 703 for those wondering. But we're getting ready to go and save Sirius. Those that know. I'm not ready. I'm about to be in a world of pain. I'm not ready. I'm scared. I'm just, So what I did to help myself through this is I made some comfort popcorn, and I have a Dr. Pepper in my cute little Lauren mug. Definitely not a mug, definitely more of like a thermos, but you know what I'm saying. I'm scared to like keep reading because I know what's gonna happen. I just don't know how I'm gonna react. Okay, I'm just gonna jump back into reading, and then we'll come back after this book is done because we only have like 5 chapters left. So I'm gonna go and put myself through a ton of pain, and we'll talk. Okay, bye. that hurt. So I just finished Order of the Phoenix. This is definitely my favorite book in the series so far. 6 stars. 100% 6-star read. This had me feeling all of the emotions. I was laughing out loud. I was angry. I was crying. And despite knowing all of the big things that happen in this book, there are little, well, not even little, but just different parts that are in this book that are very, very important that were not in the movie. Some of them were sprinkled into other movies, but were actually included in here. So that was really interesting to read about. But I guess if I had to break down this book in a few bullet points, it would be Dolores Umbridge is literally a demon. Hate her. Fred and George are menaces and they're about to make a ton of money off of that. Harry cannot catch a break. Harry's just dealing with a bunch of stuff, especially with what happened with Sirius, which comes to point number 4. My heart being completely ripped out of my chest with Bellatrix killing Sirius. And it's one thing to see it acted out in a movie, seeing and reading the emotions that Harry and all the characters were feeling in that moment. And you don't get this in the movie, but you get this in the book that Harry immediately was blaming himself because he was like, if I hadn't fallen for what Voldemort put into my head, then Sirius would be alive. You actually find out in the book that it's actually Kreacher's fault that Sirius is dead. And he told Harry that Sirius wasn't home, which immediately made Harry think, crap, Voldemort has Sirius. He knew what was gonna happen. He made it happen. Kreacher is why Sirius is dead. End of story. I don't want to hear anything different. But anyways, I think those are the major points for Order of the Phoenix and everything that's going on in my brain right now, because my brain is just like spitfiring and it's really hard for me to just stay on topic right now. So that's all I'm gonna say on Order of the Phoenix. Anyways, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see the rest of this series that's gonna be coming out in the next month or so. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, afternoon, whatever it is for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!